Request a free legal consultation with an independent immigration attorney at permanentresident.us. You may be matched with a different attorney.
The question is, what is the benefit of, or what are the benefits of the EB1A or the EB2 NIW National Interest Waiver categories compared to other employment-based green card pathways like EB2, the regular EB2, or EB3? And the answer is there's multiple reasons. The first one is definitely that it is a faster process to go through EB1 and usually through EB2 NIW. It's faster because you are not required under those categories to go through the labor market test. You may have heard of something called PERM. It's also known as labor certification. That requires a U.S. employer to test the job market to show the U.S. government that they've tried to hire persons who are already in the U.S. as U.S. citizens or green card holders already themselves. And after going through that hiring process, if they can show that they were not able to hire anybody locally, then that's the reason they should be allowed to sponsor a particular person, a foreign national coming into the U.S. for a green card. That process by itself takes a very long time, around 8 months to a year or more, and that's adding on to the overall green card processing time. So the benefit of the EB1 and the EB2 NIW is that you don't need to go through that market test step. The EB1 is for persons of extraordinary ability, and the EB2 NIW is for persons who are going to be in the national interest of the United States. And the U.S. government, U.S. Congress, they determined that it's worth it to sidestep the labor market test because these persons are either going to be bringing their extraordinary ability to the U.S. or they're going to be serving the U.S. national interest in some important way. And that is a huge time savings to those persons in terms of how long it takes to get their green card. The second reason is that immigrant visa number availability has been traditionally much better for persons, at least for the EB1A category. EB2, you're unfortunately still limited to the overall EB2 criteria, but for EB1 folks, especially those coming from China, India, Mexico, and the Philippines, EB1 availability has been traditionally much, much better, and the wait time just to eventually get your green card is much shorter. So those are the two primary benefits. The last one is just a feature of both the EB1A and the EB2 NIW is that you can self-petition under those categories. So you don't necessarily need a U.S. Employer petitioning for you. You don't necessarily need a U.S. job offer, as long as you can show that you're going to be doing some kind of work activity in your extraordinary ability field, or something that, again, that's going to be in the United States national interest.
To have your question considered for an upcoming video, you must follow or subscribe, then comment with your question. Visit permanentresident.us to watch more videos on self-sponsoring your green card, or go to our permanentresident.us account on this app to watch the next video.